2005, I was given a prospecting right. 2006, I drilled 12 holes to see whether there is manganese in the 3 farms that I was given. And I found that I could prove that there was manganese, 54 million tons. I then used that report, which was a pre-feasibility study that I did after spending 12.5 million from a loan that I took from Investec. Having done a bankable feasibility study, I then went out to raise money. I invited about 17 international companies in the steel and mining or manganese industry. One was ArcelorMittal, China's Min Metals, which is the largest mineral resources company in China. And the third one was the Orange Group, which represented a number of companies from Europe and Asia. And I selected ArcelorMittal, and they bought 50% of the company, and they spent about 3.4 billion. We wanted to build a mine, a 3 million tons per annum mine, 2.4 million tons per annum of sinter, and we thought that we'll produce 320,000 tons of high carbon ferromanganese by building a smelter in Cochrane, which was phase 3. So far where we are, we've built the mine, the sinter plant, we've built supporting infrastructure, a 10-kilometer road, 19.6 kilometer rail. We've put in a rapid loadout station, a tipler. We have a substation, a 132 kVA line. We've reached shaft bottom at 350 with the development of the production level at 281 and a loading level at 317. The sinter plant has been pumping, we've been producing, and we've been exporting. The negative things that were said about mining, I wanted to change that. That is why I took time to actually design the mine. I went everywhere in the world. I even went to Finland because of the green technology there. We are environmentally friendly because if you look at the red and white stacker at the sinter plant, we've measured the air emissions that we take out, and we are far less than the 1 microgram that we required in terms of the EIA and also your Geneva protocols. So we know when we did our EAI, when we remove a tree to build something, we actually put 5 more trees to replace the one that we've actually taken out.
It's a mine that's obviously built with its own sinter plant. It's got its own ore preparation plant that reduces whatever's mined underground to about -6 millimeters. Through the sinter plant at the back, what you're seeing here, the sinter plant, once we're done with the sinter plant, obviously it goes through the rail where we load it into the rail line, transport it through Transnet out to the harbor. We normally use Saldanha or PE, and then obviously our customers would be mainly your China, Eastern Europes, and quite a few countries international. Our motto as a company is Giving Life, which was obviously a brainchild of our executive chairman, our founder, Mankosi. Giving life, obviously it's giving life to our people, which is staff, employees, shareholders, giving life to the environment. We try to be mining a sustainable, socially sustainable way, environmentally sustainable way, less harm to the environment. It's one of the first mine of this size, of this nature, which is going to be covered stockpiles. So we're trying to be as responsible and obviously changing the game, you know, and making sure that mine can be more safer, more sustainable.
Stealing of cable, electrical cables, because they want the copper. And it's not just cables, it's your heavy current cable that actually steps down your electricity from 132 kVA into about 11,000. It's strategic. It can stop the mine, the sinter plant from functioning, and it can actually damage your infrastructure as well. So it is concerning, it is actually very worrying. And I think it's not only in our mine, it's also surrounding mines, but it's in South Africa in general. I mean, Eskom suffers the same. They go through the same challenges that we're going through in terms of copper theft, and therefore it's something that you have to plan for, something that you have to invest in?
Security challenges that we've had has always been cable thefts in strategic areas, in the far-flung areas. Those are the areas that are normally under attack, cables sometimes that are not live. We had other mines where the criminals in this area are getting brazen. They come in inside the mine, especially on night shift, hold employees hostage inside the mine. So we believe so far that our strategies has actually been not too bad, it's been good. So you need the best high tech of security to make sure you are foolproof, intrusion proof. And I mean, the product just came in when we're looking for the best solution. With the current setups we have now, we've never had where people come in brazen, holding our staff hostage. So I do believe we're doing something right in that area. But for safety, for cleanliness, for housekeeping, the whole infrastructure itself lends itself to be a very easy type of infrastructure to run when everything is in its place from day one. The road, the permanent infrastructure. 20 years ago when I started mining, 25 years ago, I probably would have started a project like this. I don't know where would I have been. You know, it's an exciting project.
You know, we looked at strategic areas about 5, 6 years ago, and we put Cochrane in some of the strategic areas. But as we're growing as a mine, we're experiencing crime, theft, and so on. And we decided that we wanted to protect the perimeter of the mine, which was about 14 kilometers. So we then started discussions, and we are happy now that our 14-kilometer perimeter fencing is done. And we had to sit and spec, and we didn't actually buy the ordinary clear view. We used the 22-inch that had a special metal, so that if you try and cut it, you can't actually cut it. But you know what? Crime is crime, it happens anyway. But at least we want to take comfort in that even if it does happen, we've done the best that we can to try and defend our people. We chose Clearview because of, one, the quality and the warranties that come with it. And of course, it's a company that started the same way that we have family business. You know that people would actually work harder, you know, to make sure that they protect their brand, and therefore you'd want to be associated with people who have been in the industry for a very long time. And they'll tell you, I went to their factories, I wanted to see how it's done, the manufacturing, you know, where is it happening? Is it in South Africa? Does it create the necessary jobs that we want as a country? Because for me, it's very important that we actually look at downstream beneficiation and value add in the country, because my philosophy is very simple. I can't feed the neighbor's children before I feed my own. We have 1 billion tons of manganese underground, and at 3 million tons, you're looking at 300 years, which is 7 lifetimes. And my view is that it's long term, so we're hoping that we don't have to buy another perimeter fencing.